Hello, Divine Ones. This is Ashley H.A. Williams for Fueling the Flame podcast, a sector of FD 1111 Ministries. This is a message for the solstice. The solstice is on June 21st. Those who may not know, I'm a channeler, so I pick up on the different energies and whatever messages that may come through. I'm obligated to say them right when they come through, and this to do what the Spirit has me to do, as a side note. So let me continue on. The energies that are coming through for this solstice is that of overwhelming opportunity. That's what I hear, overwhelming opportunities. And for some, it may be a singular opportunity, and so what's coming through is two different energies. And this has been happening with the masculine Mondays as well as the feminine Fridays, as well as for the collective messages, is that there's two different groups, the waves of the collective that I'm picking up on. And so one, with this opportunity, the main opportunity is procrastination. It's like something dealing with procrastination, but the Spirit wants me to hold off on that message and get to, I hear the goods. Okay, so for a portion of the collective, there's many opportunities that are coming through. There's some type of advancement, and the advancement is, so it feels like something like a career advancement. And career could just be moving forward with taking your spiritual evolution seriously and making that the main focus. Or it could be a career, such as a career advancement, something that someone has been working hard towards in the 3D experience, traditionally in a career. This career advancement could just be something of a higher learning, inner learning about how to engage within oneself and the different energies that play out within oneself. I hear play out almost like different roles, and I'm not talking about schizophrenia. I'm talking about the different identities that we have when we're dealing with different energies that are coming towards us and that are working within us. As within, so without. As well, with this advancement, I hear like advancement in someone making an advancement to someone, like an offer of some sort. So I hear arrangement. Someone could be, this just feels like someone just with just one person. And so what's coming through is like some type of arranged marriage of some sort. And this could have been some individual that came on a live. When I used to do the twin talks every weekend, every Saturday, it was this person that would come on several times, and it was a female, it was a feminine, and she was asking about arranged marriage. So it could be her or it could be someone else. And this arranged marriage is some type of offer, but I hear a conglomeracy, specifically that word conglomeracy. So it's some type of with this advancement, with this union, it's some type of business transaction. It's sort of that's just for one individual or for like a small group of the collective. But overall, with this advancement, this is like someone making someone an offer, and I hear it's an offer that cannot be refused. So for, like how I was saying with these goods, so overall with the collective energy and with this group, I call it the group A. In group A, right now, I hear they're on fire. Like they're literally on fire for their mission in life. And they are divine partners. However, it's like it's not about the divine partner. It started off as I see like a carrot being dangled in front of an animal's face, and like a rabbit or something. And so it's like, here you go. This is what is really getting your attention. This is what's really tempting you to move forward in your spiritual evolution. And that was the goal at first. But now you have devoured the carrot and you're ready for something else. And so like you're really on fire for your soul's mission. So for those that really are, in this place of acceptance of their true selves, of their true calling, of their true mission, soon they will be arriving into divine union. I hear Lionsgate. And so we do have that 888 portal opening up. And as we draw closer to this portal, it's a couple things. And so it's relative to the collective overall, and it's relative to union. So what I see openings in like the ozone layer, or like light that's coming down, and it's like a bluish type of light. And we have been working with Archangel Michael, and one of the colors of his sword of truth is blue. Okay, and so with this I hear hemoglobin, and with this light, and the hemoglobin with the DNA activations and the different activations with these different portals. And with these different portals, it's almost like a scanner. And so when these individuals pass through these portals, they're scanned to check their DNA. So you take this how you want to take it, but I feel like it's something on a global mass, or something on a global scale. And with this scanning, they're searching for something, and they I'm not exactly sure who they are. And with this spirit isn't really showing me definitively who they are. This is, just take it how you want to take it, the information. And so they're searching for a certain thing, a certain prototype, a certain I hear spectrum. And that spectrum could be dealing with light and love light frequency. These individuals that permeate and resonate at a different, or at a higher level of frequency, could be the 1.4 percenters that I made reference to in the hierarchy of the collective. And I hear the residue, and it's almost like when you hold infrared light over evidence, or over a crime scene, or over a scene, period. Because it's not a crime scene, and you see a thumbprint, and you clearly see the thumbprint, which is DNA, and when it's scanned, you can match the ID of that individual, and that's what's going on. And so with that being said, it's like with these different activations of portal, these portal activations that I see, and these individuals that are being scanned, they are being scanned because they're being sort of like separated, like this wheat from the chaff that I've been making reference to. And all these messages build upon each other. So initially, when a message may come through, I may not know all the details to it, and then it starts to unfold. And so I've been talking about this, separating the wheat from the chaff. And it's a collective. So it's like the spirit, or these individuals are collecting these other individuals with this high frequency blood type, or something with the DNA, like in something with their frequency, and they're collecting them. And it may not be like a collecting, like, oh, we're going to take you somewhere. It could be take you somewhere, like to another paradigm, to another shift, another dimension. It's almost like, okay, the Christ had 12 disciples. I made reference to this before. However, only 3 got to go on top of the mountain to watch his transfiguration, because they were at a higher love light frequency. They were at a higher vibration to be able to understand and handle that level of glory, aka consciousness. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, it may be an overall collective, but there's only a certain percentage of that collective that will go to the next paradigm. And so I see the 888 portal opening up. Yes, initially I'm talking about the solstice, but it's like the solstice, actually I'm backing it up a little further. That Aries full moon that we had was another activation portal. And I actually, when I did the blog post, it is so much information, oh my gosh. When I did this blog post, it was saying Aries activation codes. And there was codes that were coming through in the Aries new moon. And then moving from the Aries new moon into the next full moon, I don't really remember. But anyways, the spirit was saying communion. And it was saying reunion. And with this reunion, this is talking about the union between your higher and your lower self. And also with the Holy Spirit in a higher realms, okay? And so it's almost like I hear the 3 bridges being collapsed into one, almost like an accordion that you could stretch out, but it's all part of one. And this seems like DNA as well, and it's being compressed into one individual but it's of the collective. And so when I say individual, I'm talking about the twin body, which I also did another video about. And with this twin body, this is talking about the collective. At the head, the 1.4 percenters, the left arm, right leg, left leg. And you can find this in the New Testament, in which I think it's Apostle Paul speaks about the body of the collective. And they may use different words, but it's just talking about the divine ones, okay? And so to form the twin body, the collective, aka the collective. So even, and the reason why it can be still called the twin body, even if you aren't a twin flame, is because you have the union between the masculine and then the feminine, between Christ and the church. If you read the New Testament, it's the same thing, you know, decoding. We have to be able to decode the symbols, decode the text. And that's what the Spirit is talking about. And so with these 1.4 percenters, and then a couple of the other waves under, that they will come into divine union. And so when I'm talking about that collective, that part of the collective that is being collected for to go somewhere different, it's just a paradigm shift for them. This is what the biblical text is talking about when they talk about the rapture. The rapture is like to another, and I got this jolt of energy when I said the rapture. it was like whew, like a really strong force or something. It didn't knock me over, just like tilted my shoulders back. And it was like when the rapture came, it's like you will have one woman working in a field next to another, and then the other one will be raptured, called up. And you know, it goes through different examples of these individuals that will be caught up, like they would be gone. And what the Spirit is saying with that is not necessarily that their bodies will disappear, like how you may see in films. It's talking about their consciousness will just be like phew, like they'll just be like on another paradigm, like straight up, like they will drop into another dimension, that they will be in the same location, but their opening of their eye would be so expansive, like they can see, I hear decades ahead or something. It was this reading, I made reference to it in this last moon reading. I had did one before that I erased, but the Spirit, it was for the Sagittarius full moon. However, new moon, full moon, whichever, you know, that's neither here or there. But anyways, it was the last moon. And I did a reading before that, before the one that I published. I accidentally erased it, but it was probably for the best because I was only going to put it on Patreon because it was so layered. It was so layered with so much information that I think that people would just be like, what the heck? But anyways, it was the last part of the reading where it was talking about the collective. And it was this card from one of the decks that I have. It's like these different people lined all up, and they're cookie cuttered. They look exactly the same, and it looks like it was DNA that continued on. It also looked like it was generations that continued on. So what we are doing now will affect generations to come. That information that was coming through, and it was the Trinity template that was being created, which is another activation of the portal. This also seems very similar to the energy that came through the 717 portal. I believe it was later last year, where we had this, I believe it's called a trine of some sort. I'm not an astrologer, maybe in the future, I don't know. But anyways, it was called a trine, I think that's what it was called. But it was a portal that opened up, and before then I was talking about it for a while. It's like this comet that was coming towards the earth, and it could have been figuratively or it could have been literally, and it was bringing new information, because a comet is a conglomerate of matter that is collected from outer space, from other planets, from other galaxies, zones of this solar system, wherever, and it comes into this atmosphere. So figuratively, this is saying that there's new information that is coming from outside of this planet into this planet. This could be literally a comet, or this could just be making reference to the holes in the ozone layer and that new information that's coming through. And sometimes when I look at the sky, I used to see this when I was younger. I used to see like almost like invisible confetti. That's the best way of how to describe it. But later on, as I was in science class, we seen a picture of a tapeworm, but it doesn't look identically to a tapeworm. It's like almost clear, but it has this movement like that. The best way how to describe it is like confetti, for the most part, like that stringy confetti, and it moves like that. And it, sometimes when you can look in the atmosphere, you can sort of kind of see it, and it's forming. It's like new energy that is coming through, and sometimes you can see it. Sometimes you can see different things in the sky. Sometimes you can see the sun is different. The sun used to be yellow, but a lot of times, like when it's like bright in the middle of the day, it looks white. Sometimes when I look at the moon, it looks like the sun. Like it's like things are just like changing. And then another thing we've been talking about is like how Saturn is the first sun, and how we're headed towards Saturn, like we're sandwiched between Saturn and the current, what they call the current sun, and the information that is coming from behind our current sun, and then we have the information that's coming from Saturn, which was our first sun. And so we're sandwiched between this other information that's coming through. We also have Cassandra that kicked off whatever moon that was. It doesn't matter, but anyways, you know, you can look through the playlist and see that and find Cassandra. And so those prophetic gifts, that portal opened up. She is like the goddess of prophecy, and you know, a lot of prophets are coming on board, and her curse was that she was truthful in her words, but no one believed her. And hopefully, you know, if you are picking up on those prophetic gifts, that you are surrounding yourself with your soul family, and that you guys are supporting each other in the prophecies, because those energies are coming through. And that's only just to help these the collective, yes, but to help the overall populace. I hear conditions. And I see, and it feels like something is coming overall for the populace. Like when I say the populace, I'm making reference to the human populace. Divine ones are different. They're here to usher in the new earth, the new Gaia, the new law, okay? Light workers. And so the general populace, we're here to raise the vibrational state of the general populace. And like their state is so lowly that we have to raise their frequency so that they can make it through that portal. And when I say the portal, I'm not necessarily talking about the 888, the Lion's Gate portal. I don't know when this other portal is. It's like another activation or something that will come. But right now, what I really feel is strongly right now with this solstice, I just feel like it's just almost like it's if we were shifting gears. So I don't drive a stick, but I've seen people drive sticks before. Like we've been in I guess just regular drive for a minute, and just cruising right there at regular drive, and then the spirit kicked it up to drive D1, and then it's about to go to D2, and then it's going to go, you know, keep going, and it's just going to speed up. So this is talking about speeding up time. Time is speeding up. You know, when I was young, I used to look at the clock. I used to look at the channel that had the clock on it, and I would try to watch the seconds to see if a second was missing, if they skipped a second. But of course, I always got distracted. But I could always feel that like it was like time was changing or something. And time is changing. Like we are traveling through the galaxy. The Earth is like a spaceship, and we're traveling through the galaxy. We're traveling through other galaxies. We're picking up new information. I hear new matter, new material. And with that being said, is that we have to raise our vibration in order to match the new vibrations that are coming through. You know, if you watch anything about science, Discovery Channel, all that stuff like that, you know that they've been testing the radiation, they've been testing the atmosphere, they've been testing individuals, and things are changing. I might even hear the blood is changing, you know, the pressure in the earth is changing. All of that stuff is changing. So we have to change the new earth, the new Gaia, the new law. The new law, the law is written in our DNA code. So our blood is changing, meaning that the law is changing, so the DNA is changing. You know, it's all synonymous. Okay, so getting to this other group, the procrastinators, they rotate. It's almost like gerbil on a wheel, and I'm not, calling anybody like any type of animal, I was there, and sometimes I still feel like I'm there, like, oh, you need to move to the next level. So anyways, like on the wheel and just going around and around with the same karmic lessons. It may be a different situation, it may be a different individual, but it's the same karmic lessons. They get off the wheel for a little while, and then they get back on the wheel. So they haven't raised their vibrational state, their surface level, and the spirit once again is sending out the call that to allow your mental to be changed, allow your vibration to raise. It's a choice, okay? So with divine ones, let me distinctively make this clear. With divine ones, the collective, okay, you will have to raise your vibrational state. And it is written in your soul contract, aka your DNA, all right? What will happen though is that things will start, the karmic burning will become more and more intense until you change. No different than if you're trying to boil an egg and you have the heat down so low that it won't boil. What happens? You have to turn up the heat, and that's what the spirit will do if you do not actively make the decision yourself to change your state, your mental state. And this is the spirit saying that, the divine spirit. And I have to just say what the spirit has me to say, because if you think that things have been difficult, this is for group B. If you think things have been difficult before, things will increasingly and very quickly and very rapidly get more difficult, get more challenging, all right? For group A, we have been through those challenges. We have proved ourselves worthy. We have collapsed the obstacle course, okay? The obstacle course would be considered the resistance, the 3D experience that tries to push and work against you. But however you persevered, okay, you about to get those rewards, those awards, those accoutrements, those bravo, all that stuff like that, which is well deserved. But we also have to remember that we do have to help our sisters and brothers. So we always want to send them non-judgmental, higher love light frequency. All right, that is our job. Now, I'm seeing if the spirit has anything else. So with these new opportunities that are coming through, like, it feels very, very good. Okay, so we have to make sure that we are aligning our frequency with our inner higher selves to be on point, because these opportunities that are coming through, I feel it in my stomach, in my second brain. Okay, these opportunities that are coming through that are so mind-blowing, you would have never thought. Now, you may have fantasized about it every so often, but you would never thought, exceedingly and abundantly above all that we can think and ask. That's a scripture in the New Testament. Don't remember exactly where, but anyways, okay? All right, and so these types of gifts that are coming through, they are gifts. They are blessings, okay? They will be laid down at your feet. All right, that's what I see. I see someone that's bringing a huge bouquet of flowers and laying it down at your feet. And so roses, all in alchemy, when we get into that, this is the highest form of flattery. We will be praised for the work that we have put in. And people will start to recognize this. For those that have mocked the decisions and that you have made, for those that have put you down, even for within yourself, you could have even mocked yourself at times and felt very, very discouraged. And what the crap am I doing? But guess what? You were on the right path. You followed that inner voice, okay? And so you will be paid and rewarded very handsomely, I hear, okay? I'm seeing if the spirit has anything else. All right, well, this is the solstice channel message. So it didn't have too much to do specifically with the time, but remember, I hear time is smearing. So imagine someone that took some chalk. If you ever, been in art class and you had the little chalk and you, did your little chalk work or whatever, or you even seen someone write on the chalkboard and they took their hand and they smeared it. Time is smearing. That's what I hear the spirit saying. So it may not be even in my specific lifetime. I don't know when this necessarily everything will unfold. Okay, I don't really care for the idea of time anyway, never have. But the Spirit is saying that time is smearing. So, take that how the way you want to take that, and, use your own intuitive skills to tap in and see what the Spirit, has the specific message for you. Okay, so if you guys can give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment, share, that helps us with our analytics so we can reach more divine ones. I don't know, whatever you think about this message, you can leave whatever comment you want to leave. We do want to raise our vibration over here and share that higher love light frequency, but it's all the spectrum of love. Anyway, that was an old video I did, channel message I did, like when I first started the channel, the spectrum of love, to really understand what true love is and true acceptance. If you're interested in joining the Patreon family, you can find that link down below. Free monthly readings. I just posted Archangel Michael guided meditation with binary sounds over there. I posted, several different messages. I mean, there's so much information over there anyway. But you can find that link down below. Personal services, readings, etc. That is listed down below. For those that have given us a 613 donation, higher wisdom, higher knowledge donation, thank you guys so much for that. You can find that listed down below. And I believe that is all. Okay, you guys, thank you guys so much. I love you very, very much. And I will talk to you guys later. Peace.